Okay, guys. Well, welcome back here. Um, I know it's been months since I've put out a video, but don't think I haven't been working on things in the background here. So we are going to get started with, hi, Killer. We're going to get started with a two-for-one, I guess you could say, regarding fishing. Beginning of February now. So trout season is 2 months from now. So I went ahead and I picked up a mystery tackle box. Let me see if I can get the glare off that. It's a mystery tackle box, panfish, and trout box. So I opened it, but I have not looked inside the actual box. As well as I was at Dick's Sporting Goods and I saw this Bass Boom Box by Rapala or Rapala, however you say it. So have not looked in this either. I have opened it just for ease of video use here. So and then I have one more surprise. So let's open up this mystery tackle box here. Now, I have been receiving mystery tackle boxes pretty much for almost a year now. And it's been the Bass box. This month, starting in February, I did switch over to the trout and panfish. My thinking is that I'll do the panfish trout for February, March, and then maybe April. And then I'll switch back to the bass over the summer. Or I may switch to a different, maybe company that does like a mystery tackle box type thing. I guess like 6 Cents does one. There's a couple other companies that do them. So let's hop into this mystery tackle box. This is the panfish and trout. I got this from Dick's Sporting Goods. This is box 7, you can't really read it, box 758. So I don't know when that came out or anything, but let's go ahead and get into it. So let's see here. We've got the what's inside with the QR code. You've got the little pamphlet, always a nice little read. Right on top here, we've got the Fish On sticker with a skeleton. That's pretty cool. Okay. First bait we have is the Lunker Hunt Rattle Spud. It's a little pink. Looks like a little pink spoon of some kind with a decent sized treble hook on it. Might catch me a trout or two. Next, we have, what are these? Binks Glow Jigs. There are 5 of them, and they are in a size 8. And they look like just little tiny, I guess, yeah, just jigs. There's 5 of them in there, all different colors. But single hooks. They look like they'd work. Might have to try those out this year. The next one, we have a Vibrax or Vibrax, or a Blue Fox. So Blue Fox, little inline spinner. Let me see if I can turn the brightness down on this. There we go. That might be a little, well, let's go. There we go. So you can kind of see, well, it's still kind of bright, but bunch of different colors with a spotted blade there. Looks like it'll be good. I use these a lot. Not necessarily when I'm trout fishing, but when I go on my annual kayak fishing trip. I bring these inline spinners because, I mean, they'll catch just about anything. The Allegheny River has native trout in it up there, and everything. So I'll use some of those. Here are the next item. We have Euro Tackle EPF Micro Finesse Swim Baits. These are obviously pink, little tiny swim baits. So, be kind of cool. I don't know. I'm not really a micro finesse kind of guy. Might just have to become one. Last item here in the box are the Big Bite baits. I don't know why they're called Big Bites when these things are absolutely tiny. I mean, these things are like the size of my pinky nail. So, I mean, they are tiny little things. Tiny little creature baits. They almost look like amoebas. Like, they are so small. But that is all that came in this box here. So I think this will be a good bait, good bunch of baits to try. My PB trout was actually caught on lures from a mystery tackle box. A few years ago, I had subscribed, when I first subscribed to Mystery Tackle Box, I did what I'm kind of planning on doing this year, was doing some trout boxes and then switching to bass. And I had received in the panfish trout these little lures. I guess you could call them like a soft plastic. They literally resembled a tadpole. It was a little tiny ball about the size of a pea with a little tiny just tail on it. Looked like a tadpole. They were like a green and a yellow, green upper with a yellow lower bottom. And I was using that the one year, and I was catching trout on them until finally I caught a decent size. Probably I would say had to have at least been 22 to 25 inches. I didn't even measure it. I'll put some pictures up and show you guys pictures of the trout here. So, anyway, let's move on to this Bass Boom box here. Now, mind you, there are supposed to be 7 items plus 1 bonus item, it says, with a $60 value. So you can see here, 7 plus 1, and then like a $60 value. I think I spent $40 on the box. So hopefully I'll get my money's worth. Well, right up top, we've got some Crush City Customs Ned BLT rigs. They are kind of like a green on top with an orange back. Not really into Ned rigs. Haven't really thrown them. But, I mean, if I've got some stuff for a Ned rig, might as well start throwing a Ned rig. The next item we have is the Storm Largo Shad. These are a 7-inch swim bait. Or no, 7 3-inch swim baits. And this is in their sexy shad color. Can't really see them. Let me see if that might help. You can kind of see sexy shad color. Blue with like a almost translucent green on the bottom. Pretty nice. I'll definitely have to give them a shot. Oh, wow. Wow. They sent me, not sent. In the box, I got 330 yards of 10-pound clear fishing line. Suffolk Siege. Let me see, is this monofilament? Yes, this is some 10-pound mono. 330 yards. It's a decent amount. I mean, you can always use fishing line. 10-pound test, it's a little light. I usually run 12 to 15 for bass, but I think I can make that work. Next, we have the Storm Deep Wiggle Wart. Just a giant crankbait. Looks pretty good. Got a little rattle to it in there. So, I'm starting to use a little bit more hard actual baits than soft plastics this year. Here we go. First, Rapala OG Series Tiny 4 Circuit Board Lipped Crankbait. So, looks like it'll be a nice coloring. I'll have to give it a shot. I mean, I still got a few months before I can take the old kayak out and go fishing. But, so we'll have to see. I mean, it's going to be a couple months. I'm planning on getting out probably February, maybe the end of March. Mid to end of March, I might try and take the kayak out if it's a warm day. Definitely come April and May, it's going to be almost every day that I'm off. I'm going to take the kayak out. So next we've got these VMC Spin Shot Wide Gap hooks. These are 4 5/0 hooks. And I guess if you see up here at the top, what you're supposed to do is there is a little swivel built into the top of the hook. You can kind of see that looks like a T up there. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to tie your line to one side and then tie like a leader off the bottom part. And what it does is it basically you can tie multiple of these together, and you can get like 2 or 3 swim baits going through the water, and they'll spin. So it'll actually mimic like a little school of fish. So that's kind of a cool concept. Might have to try it. You never know what'll actually work or not. Next, we have some rugby jigs. These are 5/16 ounce, 4-piece. Little big for those Ned rigs, but these are EWG hooks. So 5/8, that's decent size. That's about what I like to use. I'm usually either half 5/8 or 5/32, I believe it is. It's usually what I like. Nope. Another one. OG Series Slim 6 Lipless Floating Crankbait. So as you can hear, a little bit of rattle in there. Nice color on it. So that'll definitely attract fish there. And that is it. There was no sticker, nothing in there. Kind of a cool box, like it. So definitely a lot of stuff. The line was a real nice ad. You can never have too much line. The one thing I will say about this box, more than I would say a mystery tackle box, is the fact that I only got 2 things of soft plastics. Now, I'll show you why here in a second. So I do not have a problem with mystery tackle box. The only thing I will say about mystery tackle box is, now that I've had them for months, I will say they are a little heavy on the soft plastics. I get it, soft plastics are usually a little bit cheaper than a hard bait, like a crankbait or a spinner or a popper or a frog even. Usually they're a little bit cheaper. So it's a little bit easier to throw those into a mystery box. But since I've had Mystery Tackle Box for about a year, this is all the soft plastics that have came in my Mystery Tackle Box, minus some of these Googan baits that I picked up at Ollie's when they were having a sale. I would say from about here over, all of these came from Mystery Tackle Box. And this is literally a Tupperware container, not Tupperware, but a Rubbermaid container of nothing but soft plastics. These are all the soft plastics that were either sitting in a Mystery Tackle box like this in my closet that I had no room for. So I didn't even know I had them because they were literally in a box, in a closet, didn't know what I had. So I went out, bought this container, and what is nice is since it's all together, I can literally throw this in my car, take it out on the kayak, and now I have a plethora of soft plastics to choose from. Now, the next big surprise. This was a Christmas present from my mom. This is what is this called? This is from Cast King. And this is one of their tackle bags. So, as you can tell, a little bit bigger than my previous tackle bag, which was also by Cast King. So, this is now going to be my trout fishing rig, because it is a little bit smaller. The baits are usually a little bit smaller. This can hold about 2 3600 size cases, which is fine for trout fishing because you don't really need a lot of room. This puppy right here, it has 4 pouches on the outside. Each one of these pouches can hold a 3600 size case. It has some very nice strong pulls with the nice rubberized loops. And inside, it can hold 8 3700 size cases. It's a lot of tackle. And the reason I chose this one was because I believe this will be able to fit inside the front of my kayak or in the tank well in the back. So it's a very good size tackle bag. Comes with a shoulder strap as well as 2 handles. If you just want to carry it or you want to put it on your shoulder, carry it over your shoulder as you're getting to and from your kayak or your boat. So I'm going to go through what all I have put in here. Starting with the top here, there is a nice zippered mesh pouch right on top here. And the first thing I have on top is the Blue Lizard sunscreen. When I'm out on the kayak, it's usually sunny. I am half Irish, half German, with a little bit of Scottish mixed in there. I burn very easy, so I need good sunscreen, and this is probably some of the best sunscreen you can get out there if you burn easy. The next thing I have in here are just a pair of Fiskars, like kids scissors, to cut my line and stuff. Got this during back to school times, so it was like 99 cents, $1.99. I just needed something small just to cut some line. The next thing I have in here is a small little, just a folding knife. I got this in a Battle Box subscription box, and what is nice is it is actually the handle is actually made with a jean material. So it feels like micarta with like a little bit of jean material on top. So it's kind of comfy in the hand. Nice little, like, I think that's called a sheep's foot blade. It's nice. I really like it. Just nice to have a little blade. Liner lock. Good to have a little blade on you every once in a while. I have a small little stringer. I'm not a big fan of stringers. I don't use them that often, but I thought, especially if I'm taking this with me on my kayak camping trip, if I were to catch into multiple trout or something like that, and I don't want to eat my freeze-dried meal, like my Mountain House or something like that night, I can put some trout on a stringer, and I'm having trout that night. So that's why I just keep a small little one in here. Last item in here, in the top zippered mesh pouch, are my lip grippers. They're not that big. I just got the smaller set, but they're nice. I mean, big enough for my hand. So that way I can just grip the fish up and everything. So it's what I keep in the top zipper pouch here. Now, like I said, these two front pouches and the two side pouches, they hold 3600 size cases. So on this would be on the right side here, I have two Googan Squad spinner baits. These are the exact same colors, exact same weight. Just some spares that I have in here, as well as let me adjust the camera real quick here. Okay. So, as well as I just have a plethora of different soft plastics, including some soft little plastic frogs. So that's what I have in this side zipper pocket. Now, on the other side, I have, in this zipper pocket, I have more soft plastics. Got some Senkos, Ozark Trail Senkos, some more swim baits, including these big suckers. I don't know what I would use these for, but you never know. Moraine State Park does have muskie and pike, so I might need one of those for some muskie or pike. I will say one of the nice things about this bag is they have self-healing zippers. So if the zippers ever come off track, all you got to do is work your way through them and go pull them all the way open and then close them, and they heal themselves. In this pouch, let me find the zipper. Like I said, these hold 3600 size cases. So in this case, in this pouch, I actually do have a 3600 size case. This is one of those pre-made tackle boxes that come with a generic fishing pole. And I kind of made it into my extras pouch, I guess you could say. Let me put this down. And I kind of made it into my extras pouch. So what I have in here is these are all just extras, whopper plopper, bloopers, some bobbers, and then like just generic little curly tail worms, some small little grubs, and then here's some like little black with blue flake curly tail worms. So this is kind of just where all of my extras go that I don't really plan on using, but just some extra things. Let me open up the other pouch now. So this is my 3600, my other 3600 Plano case. In this one, I have this top compartment right here. I have a bunch of kind of pre-rigged stuff. So this is just a nice little, like a leech with a mushroom jig head on it. I've got a nice little, well, used to be a nice little kind of like a swim bait here that is ripped open. So that's not good. Ripped in half. I don't know if you guys can see that. So this one's done. But I also have in this pouch, I've got a bunch of my EWG hooks. I have this one here. I've got some weighted underspins. I also have my jackhammer. If you know Z-Man jackhammer, they get the bass. So I have that in here. I've also got a couple of spinner baits. So I think this is the spinner bait that I caught my PB bass on last year. Got some spinner baits. And then I've got 2 chatterbaits in here. So, chatterbaits are from Guggen Squad just because that's what they sent me in the mystery tackle box. This is kind of cool. Giant swim bait with a willow blade on the back. So, but that's what I have in this 3600 size case. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on. I've had this cough for a couple months. I go talk to the VA about it in a couple weeks. Killer, you gotta move. Inside the top here, you have this clear zippered pouch. So you can store your phone, anything kind of valuable that you want to see but don't want to get wet. You can store those in there. So, as you can see here, there's a decent amount of room. It does come with a Velcro divider. So I have 4 3700 size cases in here. I don't plan on using any more than 4. So this other side is going to be a bunch of random other stuff. Sweatshirt, something like that. That I can just keep in here, maybe headlamp or something else. So this is going to be kind of like a spare clothes pocket, I guess you could say. Now we're going to make this quick and simple. These 2 3700 size cases are completely empty. There's nothing in these. I don't have any baits to put in here, so they are empty. So we are just going to go through, and I'm going to show you what's in the other 2. Now these are from, what is it? Piscifun. These cases, they're nice, big 3700s. So on the side here, I have a bunch of frogs. I have no clue where I got all these frogs. I mean, I've got 2 poppin' frogs, a bunch of other regular frogs. I even have a micro frog. I don't know how I ended up with the Guggen Squad micro frog, but I've also got, like I said, I've got a Whopper Plopper. I've got 2 different color. I've got a white and a black blooper, as well as a micro banger from Guggen Squad here. This ultra small little craw looking hard bait with a nice little square bill, as well as some bigger baits. Like I got this giant pencil bait here. And then this one here with a nice little spinner in the middle. So that's what I have in this case, as well as a giant bluegill swim bait. So, I mean, it's, what is this, triple hinge? It's 4 sections here, so it'll definitely mimic a swimming fish here. So, that's what I got in this 3700 size case. Now, the other 3700 size case is a little bit more fun. I have all of my spare partitions in this compartment, and then I just have all of my jigs on this side here, as well as on this side here, I have just a bunch of my crankbaits, either lipped or lipless crankbaits. Like here's, I think this is the Guggen Squad lipless banger. But I've also got some of these giant underspin jig heads. So in here, and then I have another little bit smaller little pencil bait. But what is nice about this is it is a, let me get you close up here. It's a propeller bait. So as you can kind of see, there's a propeller on the front there. So that's kind of nice there. Nice little propeller on the front. So, but that is the new tackle box for the year. Can't wait to actually get out and use it. But I have been, I'm not saying, let me adjust the camera again, back up here. So I'm not saying I am going solely into fishing. There are other things that I am planning on getting into this year outside of the fishing and hunting world. I am also getting into a little bit more of a emergency preparedness mindset. One of the big things is I have it over there charging, but back in end of November, I bought myself a ham radio from Baofeng. No, it is not the UV5R. It is the newer version. Really nice. I like it. I have not taken my test to become an operator yet. That is next month. I talked with one of my buddies, and we are going to start a preparedness group. It's going to be me, him, his brother, my brother, and we're going to start bringing in people from different aspects of life. Like me, I was in the military for 10 years. I've got military training. I know a lot about firearms, how to fix them and stuff like that. So I'm coming from a more tactical mindset. My buddy was a professional hunting guide in Africa and has been all over the US on big game hunts, everything from he's shot elephants and hippos over in Africa, and he's been on mule deer hunts, sheep hunts, everything else out in like the Rockies. So he's coming from a more hunting mindset. He's an excellent chef. Excellent chef. I mean, he knows how to make, him and his wife, some of the best food I've ever had. So he's more of the hunting, processing, kind of like the camp chef, I guess you could say. So that's where he's going to come in at. My brother he also did 4 years active duty in the Marines, offset me by a year. So I still had 3 years left on my contract when he joined. And for the first year that he was in the fleet, he was stationed in Miramar, California. And I was stationed in Camp Pendleton. Now, if you know where those two bases are, it's about an hour apart. So the fact that two brothers from Wisconsin joined the Marines and got stationed an hour apart, I went down to see him every chance I got, just because it's always fun when you are on the other side of the country to actually be able to go hang out with your brother on the weekend if you wanted to. So he's coming in. He's more of a logistics guy. So he knows the logistics, and you can be like, okay, well, hey guys, like he really knows how to like pack a truck or pack a U-Haul, and that kind of thing. So he knows how to get gear from point A to point B the best way possible, how to really pack a bag for ultimate, like, so it doesn't wear you out as easy and stuff like that. I mean, he went to MOS school for this kind of stuff. So he definitely is a strong asset. So we are all going to, I know me, my buddy, and his brother. I'm still trying to convince my brother to do it. But we're all going to go next month, and we're going to get our ham operator's license. We're going to start with our technician and see how it goes. I know my buddy, some of his property is up on a hill, and I've told him, dude, we should definitely put like a repeater up at your house, because it is about a 45-minute drive to his house. And I'm not saying my handheld will reach that far, but with the aided support of a repeater, definitely possible. But I can hear. I'll turn my ham radio on, and I don't talk, but I can listen right now, and I can hear people using the Wexford repeater, which is about a half hour, 45-minute drive away from me. So, and they're talking about, the other day the guy was like, oh, well, me and my daughter, we're going to the Butler Courthouse, and we're going to renew our carry permits. Butler Courthouse is a 5-10 minute drive down the road from me. So if he's hitting the Wexford repeater half an hour away, and then, so that's one of the big plans. The other big plan is to get, I would say, a bigger stockpile of stuff. I'm actually downsizing. A little bit crazy. I'm downsizing my guns. When, we'll just say, WRL, without rule of law, hits, okay? It's a good idea to have all of your main weapons and stuff like that. But at one point, like, I have my hunting rifle is a 308 bolt action. I also have a 270 bolt action. But then I also have my AR-10, which is a semi-auto 308. I don't really need two 308s. In fact, I have three. Right behind the camera here, I have my Springfield M1A hanging on the wall. So I have three 308s. All three technically serve a different purpose. The M1A is a childhood dream gun of mine. An M1A and a 1911. Those are two of the guns I've always wanted since I was like 15, 16 years old. So I was fortunate enough to be able to get them by the time I hit my midlife crisis. So, but I am considering downsizing my gun supply, because if I were to have to bug out, I do not think I would take all of my guns for the sheer fact of weight, size and weight constraint. It would be a lot, especially my M1A, 22-inch barrel, wood stock. Thing probably weighs close to 10, 15 pounds. It's a heavy gun. And that'd be a big gun if I had to lug around on my back. If I was in a car or a truck, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But you're not always going to be in a car or a vehicle. So, that about concludes it. I am going to start working on a video for my ham radio, so we can, so I can show you guys exactly what it is, what ham radio is, and a little bit more about why I'm deciding to get into ham radio. So, if you guys please like, follow, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Even go check out the Small Town Sheepdog Facebook. I've had it for about a year or two. I haven't really put it out there, but I did create it, and it's just been kind of sitting in limbo for the last year or two. So if you hop on Facebook, go look up Small Town Sheepdog Facebook page. Like, follow that. Can you tell I work overnights, so I've been up all day and haven't had my nap yet today. So I'm getting a little tired. But anyway, like I said, like, follow, share, subscribe, comment. Yeah, in the comments, tell me some more baits. What should I fill these other two 3700 cases up with? I mean, I got 2 of these suckers and they're empty. I need to fill them up. So let me know what your favorite baits are, especially if you live here in Western PA like I do. Let me know what you guys use so I can run to Dunham's or Dick's or my sporting goods store or a fish store and pick it up so I can try it out this summer. I am trying to get into more fishing tournaments. Last year I did some online month-long tournaments. This year I might actually enter into some single-day tournaments for kayak anglers of Western PA. I know they do one up at Presque Bay up in Erie. Another one's Pymatuming. That one is actually a joint tournament, kind of cool. It's a joint tournament between kayak anglers of Western PA and kayak anglers of Northeastern Ohio. Since Pymatuming is kind of cut in half by both states, it's kind of a joint group thing. Usually, I think they said last year it brought out close to 100 kayak anglers. So just being part of something that big it would actually be kind of cool. Even if I don't place, I mean, I'm not a good fisherman. I mean, every time I go out, I usually catch one fish in like 3-4 hours. So I'm not expecting to really place, but just get some experience under my belt and find some camaraderie and that kind of thing. So stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled for the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.